Good evening. Faith is the bird that feels the light when the dawn is still dark. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Bahrain urged drivers to follow traffic rules. Bahrain's passport ranked fourth powerful in Arab world. Bahrain Electricity and Water Authority to introduce smart meters for consumers. Oman and Kuwait announced Hijri New Year holiday. East Africa bloc said 50 million face acute food insecurity.
News in detail. Bahrain urged drivers to follow traffic rules. The General Directorate of Traffic has called upon drivers to follow traffic rules, especially on Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman Highway and Sheikh Isa bin Salman Highway. The Directorate has registered through smart cameras various violations and taken the required procedures against violators. It highlighted the deployment of patrols to monitor wrong practices and take legal procedures. It also utilizes modern technology by developing smart systems and increasing CCTVs to report traffic violations, including speeding. Bahrain's passport ranked fourth powerful in Arab world. Bahrain has been ranked fourth amongst the members of the Arab League and 66th globally on the latest Hanley Passport Index 2022, which ranks the passports of 199 world nations by counting the destinations their holders can enter without a pre-approved visa. Bahraini passport holders get access to 86 nations around the globe, says the index, which also includes 227 travel destinations. In 2021, Hanley's ranking says Bahrain was the 69th spot with access to 84 destinations. Holders of UAE passports enjoy top ranking in the Arab world, gaining visa-free access to 176 destinations. Bahrain Electricity and Water Authority to introduce smart meters for consumers. The Electricity and Water Authority is implementing an integrated digital development program to develop the billing system in addition to a smart meter replacement program, which will enable subscribers to find out the amount of electricity and water consumption on a daily basis. In its response to a parliamentary proposal to allow subscribers to know the amount of electricity and water consumption on a daily basis through the website, the authority indicated that it agrees with the proposal and its objectives. His Majesty the King congratulated Egyptian President. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a cable of congratulations to Egyptian President Abdel Fattah El-Sisi on the occasion of his country's July Revolution. In the cable, His Majesty the King extended deepest congratulations to President El-Sisi, wishing him good health and happiness and his country and people further progress and prosperity under his wise leadership. His Majesty the King praised deep-rooted bilateral relations binding the two brotherly countries and people, noting steadily growing joint ties. Bahrain welcomed Russia-Ukraine Black Sea grain export deal. The Kingdom of Bahrain has welcomed the signing of an agreement by the Russian Federation and the Republic of Ukraine to resume the export of grain from Russia into Ukraine through the Black Sea in the presence of the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, noting that it is an important step that will contribute to providing food security for the affected countries from the war in Ukraine, covering the shortage of grain and addressing high prices around the world. In a statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs also commended the good efforts made by the United Nations and the Republic of Turkey to reach this agreement. Preparations for Ashura season discussed. Northern Governor Ali Abdul Hussein Al Asfour chaired here today the meeting of the Security Committee at the Southern Governorate, which was devoted to the security needs of the upcoming Ashura season. The meeting discussed the preparations for the Ashura season, particularly regarding ways to ensure public health and safety. It also focused on the Health Ministry's Choose Your Doctor project, implemented at primary health care centers in order to provide distinguished health care. Under-Secretary highlighted Royal Vision for Regional Peace and Security at Aspen Forum. Foreign Ministry Under-Secretary for Political Affairs, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Bahrain Center for Strategic International and Energy Studies, Dr. Sheikh Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, affirmed the keenness of the Kingdom of Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa to devote the values of peace, dialogue and coexistence among people towards a stable and prosperous Middle East. This came during his participation in the Aspen Security Forum, Colorado, USA, from July 19th to 22nd, in the presence of a group of decision makers, senior officials of Homeland Security, Intelligence, Defense, and Foreign Affairs, media leaders, and heads of multinational industrial and financial institutions in the world to discuss the most prominent issues in global security and chart the paths of future international trends. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Bahrain Radio and Television to mark Egypt's National Day celebrations. The Bahrain Radio and Television will join brotherly Egypt in the celebrations of its national days through a series of programs marking Egypt's celebration of the 17th anniversary of the glorious July 23rd revolution within the framework of the deep-rooted outstanding relations between Bahrain and Egypt. Now we will be back after a very short break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Oman and Kuwait announced Hijri New Year holiday. Sunday, 31st July 2022 has been announced as an official holiday in Oman for employees of the public and private sectors on the occasion of the Holy Prophet's Hijrah anniversary and the advent of the new Hijri year 1444. On the occasion of Hijri New Year 1444, the Civil Service Commission of Kuwait announced holidays for all ministries, government agencies, public authorities, and institutions on Sunday, July 31st. Official work for all will resume on Monday, 1st August. More than 157,550 pilgrims have arrived in Medina. More than 157,550 pilgrims of different nationalities have arrived in Medina after performing this year's Hajj, Saudi Press Agency reported. The Ministry of Hajj and Umrah statistics on receiving and departing pilgrims in Medina showed that 11,125 pilgrims have left Medina through Prince Mohammed bin Abdulaziz International Airport and the Lange Pilgrim Reception Center. Statistics also showed that the number of pilgrims staying in Medina until yesterday totaled 74,316 pilgrims. Saudi Royal Naval Forces took over CTF 150 command. The Royal Saudi Naval Forces had taken over command of the Combined Task Force 150 for the third time from their Pakistani counterparts in the special ceremony held at the headquarters of the US Naval Base in Bahrain. During the celebration, the Saudi Naval Forces Commodore Abdullah Al Mutairi has officially taken over command of Combined Task Force 150. Japan's cabinet decided state funeral of Shinzo Abe. Japan's cabinet on Friday formally decided to hold a state funeral on September 27 for assassinated former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Associated Press reported. Abe was gunned down earlier this month during a campaign speech in the western city of Nara, shocking a nation known for safety and strict gun control. East Africa bloc said 50 million face acute food insecurity. More than 50 million people across the East African region are expected to face acute food insecurity this year, a regional bloc said Friday, warning that some 300,000 in Somalia and South Sudan are projected to be under full-blown famine conditions, the Associated Press reported. The assessment by Intergovernmental Authority on Development, or IGAD, is one of the direst yet as United Nations agencies, humanitarian groups and others continue to raise alarm over the region's food crisis that may say has been largely neglected as the international community focuses on the war in Ukraine. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.